we are
we have
women
no
of
intro
chaos.
every single time. We say we have no intro every single time. I think that is our intro. Just
Yeah, just us
stating
saying
the
we have
fact
no
that, yeah, we
intro.
don't have an intro.
Okay. All right. So you edit it all. You don't kind of just go live. You edit it.
Oh, yeah. Do I look like I can just go live to you?
Why not?
Several reasons. You've met me, you should know them. Anyway, today we are here with the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Sasha Allgaier, who is,
Hello.
you know, wasting time talking with us when I'm sure he has way more important things to do. But whatever, it's fine. So how we all doing?
Not wasting time at all. It's a fun thing.
Thanks for joining us.
Yes, it is appreciated.
Of course. Yeah. So I know when you invited me, I was thinking, oh, it sounds like great. So thank you for inviting me.
No problem. But yeah, how's everyone doing?
You know, I've seen better days. Today wasn't a great day, but you know.
Yeah, I was
This
just
is
gonna
the
say, your
highlight of my
joint
day,
silences
so-
speak volumes.
I was just waiting for Maddie to go first. My day has been fine. I have no complaints.
Oh wow, what's that like? God, I wish that were me.
What do you have to complain about today?
We don't have time for me to break down all my mental health issues, so how about we start with our first question? Which is, how important does a person have to be before they're considered assassinated instead of just murdered?
I thought assassination was reserved for presidents or like people in office. Is that
But
the
like, a
case?
monarch isn't technically an office. But if the queen were to get murked, we would definitely say assassinated.
Like positions of power. Right? Like you wouldn't say a celebrity was assassinated, right? You just say murdered.
And
Depends,
the
what are they
queen
famous
is a
for?
Political figure. The queen is a political figure, despite lack of power.
This is true. So is assassination just reserved for politics? Did I just reveal that I am unintelligent to a degree?
Well, I'm trying to think, like, is there a non-political figure that we ever describe as having been assassinated?
Couldn't tell you. That's why we're here.
I feel like this is one of the few things that like word differences that I learned at a young age and it just stuck with me. Like, yeah, presidents are assassinated and the rest of us are murdered. But I guess it's also like people in office, like
You plebes get murdered.
just the president.
So if you are the person that has assassinated or attempted to assassinate someone, do you get tried for assassination or do you get tried for murder?
I'm pretty sure you get tried for murder. But I don't know. I've never tried. And I don't think I'm going to. So,
I think you get tried for assassination.
can you really? Hold on. I'm googling
I think
this.
you get tried for assassination. That would be my guess.
Is it?
I mean, it's-
you get tried for?
I mean, it's been a while since we've had such a case in the U.S., hasn't it?
I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
which
in a minute.
is kind of surprising.
Is attempted assassination worse than attempted murder because they're in a position of
All that's coming up,
power? Are they the same?
yeah, legally, like everything I'm getting from like legal definition sites just says attempted murder. So I think that's just how we talk about it publicly, not if you're like speaking your like, legalese as a lawyer.
Alright, so you'd get tried for, like, I don't know, first-degree murder, not first-degree assassination.
Yeah, or like for
That
attempted
makes
murder
sense.
if it doesn't work.
That makes sense.
But yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So I guess you'd have to be pretty important to consider it assassination if it is reserved for political figures.
Okay, yeah, I can live with that answer. Do we have anything else we'd like to say on the subject?
Unless you were assassinated, you couldn't live with it. Just kidding.
God, there's a tweet somewhere that I'll have to find.
Or is it that what if, like, someone hires like a hitman, but not on a political figure? I don't know, just on any one of you. Then is that murder or is that assassination?
I think that
All I'm thinking of right now is a
murder.
tweet I saw once that said, I asked my biology teacher what he wanted to be when he grows up, and he said assassinated. Relatable.
Why?
Yeah, 'cause I feel like if it's like a hitman that does it, then I feel like it's assassination no matter who it is.
I mean, I like to say getting murked, but that's just because I like to keep it spicy. But that's just me. Yeah, I don't know what it would technically be called if you, like, put a target on, like, just a regular everyday person. I'm trying to, like, draw from my knowledge of various just, like, crime TV shows, but nothing's coming.
Well, you have, of course, right, the premeditated murder, so you
Yeah.
planned it. But I feel like that's if you go ahead and you do it, rather hire somebody to do it.
Maybe it's like, I think, maybe it's like conspiracy to commit something, because you're not the one pulling the trigger, but you're involved.
Right. But what I'm saying is that the person who pulls the trigger might be assassinating in that case. If they're maybe paid for it.
Perhaps.
I don't know.
I feel like this question should come up in foundations of media writing.
Yeah, really.
What would be the context? How would you see? How can we put that in that? What would be the context?
Okay, well, the thing where you get murdered in class, we don't write about it and say assassinated, even though in some people's stories,
Right.
it was like, oh, they contracted, like, the comm department secretary to take him out.
Right.
But we don't
Maybe-
say assassinated, even though they're talking about a killing that has been paid for.
Right. So we introduced assassination. Now I'm curious what the Associated Press style guide has on assassination. I've never actually looked into that word on there. I'll have to check it out.
I don't have my AP style guide in this room, so can't help right now.
Mine's in the office.
Did I?
Mine's in the
I
office.
don't have one.
No, I do still have mine, though. Just because it's useful.
Does Google work?
I mean,
Can
yeah.
you Google this?
AP style guide entry
AP
for
style
assassination.
guide.
We have to know now.
Assassination. Oh, they have it explained.
You have the floor, sir.
Here we go. Here we go. We have it. AP style holds that an assassin is one who kills
Okay.
a politically important or prominent person. A killer is anyone who kills with a motive of any kind, and a murderer is one who is convicted of murder in the court of law.
Oh.
All right.
So when you say politically important, what if you're like a low-level political figure with like, I guess you're not assassinated then? And then the question becomes like, in the political realm, like how important do you have to be to then be
We can
considered
solve all of these
assassinated?
all of these little
Right.
semantic issues by just agreeing when somebody is taken out, we say they got. Just for everyone.
Yeah, you can do that. You can do that. But I do
That's
think
my
you probably have
solution.
to meet some sort of criteria for how important you are. But even somebody like people who are activists, I believe they can also get assassinated. But I think that connects to that kind of
Mhm.
political. So they don't necessarily have to be a politician.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why it's if you're politically important.
Gotcha.
Again, I think we
And
should
also-
just say that they either got murked,
Junior was
got taken out, or got. And it doesn't matter which one you use. You can use them for anyone. That's my solution. Thank you for
I
coming to
don't
my
think
TED
AP
Talk.
style guide will go with got.
I'm just
But
imagining
why?
a newscast on TV, like, yeah, so and so got.
I would lose it if I heard that on like an actual like news broadcast. That would be really funny. Yeah, anything else we'd like to say on this?
Seems our instincts were right. It has to
Yeah.
be someone politically involved.
Oh, Maddie, I kept meaning to tell you, I've been thinking I should make like a bingo card for this podcast that you can fill out, and the free space is like going off on tangents, and then the things we include is like Bridget and Maddie disagree about food, or like awkward segues between topics. I feel like that would be
So,
quite funny.
tangents and food, and tangents about food.
Tangents
is,
about
like,
food.
half the podcast.
Technical difficulties.
It-
So like there's
If
bingo
you
right
could
there.
Eat anything right now, what's it gonna be?
Right now?
Yeah, right now, if you could eat anything, what's it gonna be?
This fucking beef stroganoff that I got at a restaurant in Moscow. It was so good. I don't even know where the hell it was. I think we were like maybe near Gorky Park. It was like an outdoor restaurant. Oh, slapped.
Alright. What about you, Maddie?
I haven't had mac and cheese in a while, and I really want it. Actually, I don't think I've had it since college. It's been quite some time. Too long, actually. What about you?
I think I just want to eat a salad right now.
Lame.
No, it's so basic, but I want something light. I'm feeling like something light. You know, whenever, sometimes you just
You want the crunch?
have a feeling, it's like, you know, I don't want to eat this meat because I just want to eat something light. That's the feeling I have.
Fair.
I love salads. Actually, whenever I go out to eat, which it's been a while also.
It's been a red hot minute.
But it doesn't matter where I go. I always get a chicken Caesar salad because I can't think of anything else.
I do love a good Caesar salad, I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's really good.
Pretty solid.
I hardly ever get a salad if I go out to eat because I just feel like it. Some of them are like $14,
Yeah.
and I could just make it at home.
Yeah. I'm not paying
Yes.
that much for leaves. Sorry.
I see your point, but I just love it so much.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll allow it once. Yeah, so mark off your bingo card for awkward segue. Here's our next question. Do you believe the conspiracy theory that Disney's Frozen was titled as such so that it would come up in search engines instead of the theory about Walt Disney freezing his severed head?
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, there's a
That's the thing,
conspiracy theory
but-
that like the severed cryogenically frozen head of Walt Disney is like buried in tunnels underneath one of the parks. So then people were like, they called it Frozen so that when people search Disney Frozen, the movie about the snow princess comes up and not the theory about cryogenically frozen head.
Well,
Wasn't that so? Oh, you could go first.
you can go ahead.
I was just gonna say, wasn't like the Snow Princess or like Ice Queen?
I think it was like the
wasn't
Ice
that
Queen or
supposed to be
something.
That was supposed to be the title. So I've heard.
I was gonna ask what would be the title if it wasn't Frozen.
I'm pretty sure it was that, but I don't know. Or at least not for sure. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe. Those are my thoughts.
Suppose it can be. I imagine maybe whatever if they called it Ice Queen or Ice Princess, and then if that's a popular topic, this freezing of the head, and then somebody in the writer's room is like, why don't we just call it Frozen? I suppose it could happen.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of buy it. I enjoy conspiracy theories like that really aren't hurting anyone, and they're just kind of ridiculous and fun to just believe for yourself because it makes life a little more interesting.
Imagine if that was true. They just had like breakthrough in the PR room one day. Like,
Wait a
"Oh,
minute!
let's say it."
At what point do you draw the line for conspiracy theories, though? Because you can't believe all of them. Some of them are just crazy.
Well, yeah, I mean,
A
like,
lot
you
of them
know,
are.
ones that, like, hurt people, not a fan of those, or, like, ones that are based in bigotry, absolute 0 out of 10 there. But, you know, just the little ones that don't really affect anyone's day-to-day life, that just make things a little more interesting if you choose to believe that the world is a slightly more fun, ridiculous place than it actually is.
Yeah, like freezing your head after you die.
Well, this is technically another podcast question, but since we're on the topic, I'm going to bring it up. My favorite conspiracy theory is the one that the government was going to hire Stanley Kubrick to fake the moon landing, but he was such a stickler and wanted to shoot on location that they just went ahead with the space program anyway.
That seems more like a joke than a conspiracy theory.
But who does it hurt if I believe that? Nobody. It's just fun.
I'm more inclined to believe the Disney one than that one, but I see you.
My point has
I'm
been
with
made,
Maddie on
though.
this one.
Correct? It hurts no one. It just makes, again, it's fun to believe it, just personally for myself, because I enjoy, again, I just want the world to be more ridiculous and fun than it actually is.
I think it perhaps. I mean, of course, it doesn't like hurt anyone like in a general sense of hurt, but if people actually believe it, in some way, it's hurting society.
Okay, I guess. Everything already sucks. Just let me have this. Yeah, we got anything else conspiracy theory wise or regarding Disney's Frozen or Stanley Kubrick or the moon landing? Quite a
Yes,
broad range
yes.
there.
All related. I really don't like Frozen that much since we're on the topic, like the movie. I didn't watch the second one.
I haven't seen the second
Just not a
one.
fan.
I think it was a pretty solid movie that just got way overhyped and overplayed.
Oh, it already came out?
The second one, yeah,
Yeah, that was a
like
hot while ago, I think. I don't know.
2 years ago. I don't.
Who remembers 2 years ago?
Yeah.
I don't remember this morning.
Anything pre-COVID, I'm just like ancient history.
In the
Yeah,
in the before
works
time?
in a different. There's like a time kind of.
Yeah, there really
happening.
is. I'm not a huge fan of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are that's my thoughts. Pretty solid, just overhyped, overplayed.
The song was addicting.
Yeah. And there are parts of like the actual like score that I really like, and there are a couple Broadway people in it, which is like kind of cool. But yeah. Don't really care now.
And the song is interesting in that it works in almost every language. They have so many variations of it in all these different languages, and it's always like the same structure. You can recognize it and kind of sing along.
That's kind of interesting.
In all these languages. Yeah.
I know that, but
The more you
There's
know.
also a college version. If you've never checked it out, you should look up the college.
Oh, it's called Fuck It All.
oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Gotta watch that
Relatable
after
content. So yeah. Another awkward segue. Put it on your bingo card again if you've got it twice. This one I like thought about for a solid half hour just on my own, and it's this. If you sit down on top of your own voodoo doll, can you ever get up again? This is assuming we're in like some kind of cartoon universe where like a voodoo doll actually works. So yeah, if you sit down on top of it, can you ever get up again? I don't know. I feel like the answer might be no.
It's complicated.
I mean, yeah, because the doll itself can't
Exactly.
like push you off.
I feel like it's like if in
Can someone help you?
maybe, I guess, I don't know. But if you're you're alone, it's just you and the doll, and you sit down on top of it, I think you might be screwed.
Well, can you push yourself off?
But if what's happening to the doll is happening to you, then you're going to have like a force acting on all of your limbs, pinning you down. I think. I don't
guess you
know.
couldn't get up. I would like to know how I got into this predicament in the first place.
I don't know, he probably pissed off
And
a
why
witch
do
or something.
we even have a voodoo doll of ourselves?
I don't know. The question doesn't tell me that. Honestly, if I had a voodoo doll of myself, I would just
using
like
my hands to put.
do like, or, you know, just like give it like a spa day and stuff, and like maybe like make myself feel okay for once.
Yeah, I'm imagining pushing myself up somehow. I just don't know that it would work.
Yeah, that's my thing.
I mean, maybe if it's like not like sitting on your arms, yeah, you can use those to like either like, pull yourself up somehow, but I guess the answer is no if like you're completely like pinned to the
Yeah.
ground.
Yeah, like let's say it's like sitting on the couch and, you know, you just kind of, like you launch yourself onto the couch because, you know, you're really excited to watch a movie or whatever, and you completely cover it. I think you're stuck there until some outside force
So-
acts upon you.
And how would you be helped?
You got me there. I have no idea.
I mean, maybe someone could like reach under you and pull the doll out.
Yeah, or they could like pry you off.
True, you can cut like the couch or something, and that way, and then somebody can hold on to you while the doll falls
Okay,
below the couch.
that's outside the box. I like it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, survival tips for when this happens. As we all
How
know
many
it
voodoo
does.
dolls do you have?
Several actually. Like, I'm not kidding. I used to collect those little keychains that were like the little yarn voodoo doll looking things. I have like a little bin of them somewhere.
Don't get on Reddit's bad side, or we're gonna be laying on top of our voodoo dolls.
Yeah, I know.
They're not of people. I have not gone that far yet. Fair. She's not wrong. Yeah. Oh, here's a question that's unrelated to anything we're currently talking about, except for me being generally unhinged. And it's also not on the document for today. But, anyone else, when you're using, like, super glue, is the urge to cement your own fingers together, like, extreme for... Oh, Jesus. Okay. That shouldn't be happening.
Hello, Sonny.
Hi.
Podcast Ghost, that's on the bingo card.
Podcast Ghost. I don't know why that happened.
Technical difficulties.
It shouldn't be. Thank you for screwing me over, Sony. Ugh. Yeah, anyone else always fighting the urge to glue their fingers together with super glue, or is that just me?
When you say fighting the urge, you mean like actually willingly doing it, or it just happens because...
Oh no, doing it on
I
purpose.
feel like it just happens. Okay, because I think it just happens to me,
No, go back.
and I don't want it to happen, but it just does.
I feel like I'm
There we
thinking of
go.
elementary school, and like there are two types of kids. Like either you're obsessed with glue or you're not. So
Yeah,
those
I was
who,
the
like,
person like
love
peeling it
glue-
off of my hand, and now every time I use super glue, I have to like fight the urge to. I actually have super glued my hands together like this before. It's very entertaining. But I like physically have to fight the urge to like just just cement my fingers together. I don't know why.
I understand that's a thing. I was never like into glue like that, but like I understand it.
Yeah, I was never into. I always hated glue because I could never really get things glued the way I wanted them to be glued. But I really like candle wax instead of glue. I'll do that with candle wax. Kind of put candle wax between my fingers and then kind of use that.
I've like mutilated a few candles. I agree with that. I like not a good.
So maybe you're either a glue person or a candle wax person.
What if you're both? Because you're looking at her.
One hand has glue, the other has candle wax.
Yeah, that's the.
Or I glue my fingers together and then put the candle wax on top of them.
That just seems too much.
Okay. Is there anywhere else down this road that we would like to continue? I'm rather having a good time. It's so weird to me that other people aren't just constantly, like, listening to the worms in their brain screaming, like, do it! Glue your hands together.
Do you hear such voices often?
I mean, not like a voice speaking to me, but like, you know, just the little goblin, little gremlin that lives inside of me that just tells me, or like wants to do very just unhinged things. Just like that.
I mean, I will admit, I've been in like a restaurant either like once or twice, and there's a candle out, and I forget I'm not at home, and almost like start playing with it. I'm like, oh yeah, not my house. Can't do.
Oh
that.
yeah, no. I play with fire quite a fair bit.
Yeah.
What restaurants do you go to where they have like a real candle?
Not too often. Some by like I'm on Long Island right now, and there's some by the water where I don't go too often, but they're like nicer. Yes, I know.
I liked how you said that word.
Yeah.
You say it again.
I bully her for it.
Water. I get that a lot.
No shame in it.
Speak for yourself.
I think all accents should be appreciated. You have one yourself, Bridget.
I do. I like reasons to dunk on my friends in a loving way. I had something to say, and it's just completely gone.
But that does make sense. I do feel like restaurants that are kind of like near a waterfront, they often do have candles. It seems to be a combination, water and fire.
One time, when my sister and I were kids, we were in a restaurant and they had a candle on the table, and my sister put like the little straw paper in it, and it started smoking like black. It was not her brightest moment.
For a moment, I thought your sister was like smoking the candle, and I was visual in my head about how this worked.
No, she put the little straw paper in it, and it just like caught fire and like just black smoke wafting up from the table, which was, I mean, I encouraged it, so neither of our brightest moments. But you know, gotta entertain yourself somehow.
These must have been like boring dinners. We're like playing with candles and not.
Yeah.
We've talked about this before. It's something to do with the name.
Oh.
Like, at least for me, the name Bridget comes from like the Celtic goddess of fire, and like almost every other Bridget I've ever encountered is also just like little gremlin with a lighter.
Isn't playing with fire also like a sign of a serial killer?
I don't know. Maybe. I know it's an Aries thing too, even though I don't buy into astrology all that much, but I have noticed a lot of other people.
Maybe it is connected to fire. I mean, I'm a wind sign, so I don't really play with fire so much.
What are you?
Bridget has voodoo dolls and
Wind sign. I mean, an air sign.
Yeah,
a
what
wind
one?
Oh, which wind sign?
Yeah.
An Aquarius.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know all that much.
How into it I am that I call it a wind sign.
Wait. Oh, Aquarius is wind. I mean, wait, air.
Yeah.
That's what I am.
Yeah. Oh, when's your birthday?
February 5th.
Okay, I'm in January.
Oh, January.
Our sign carries the
April.
water in the air, hence the wind.
Oh, I thought it was a water sign.
Yeah, because I was like, Aquarius? That can't be right.
No, but the symbol is like water, isn't it?
Yeah, because it is a water bear,
Oh.
but it is an air sign because it's kind of like the water is travel. I don't know, it's going in the air or something.
I'd like to circle back to whatever comment you were about to make about me, like, playing with fire and having voodoo dolls.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, Bridget, I think we need to watch out for you because you have voodoo dolls, inclinations to play with fire.
There's a
I
lot
I
of
think
Awesome.
it's
signs.
balanced out by the crippling anxiety.
Anxiety, maybe another sign. I don't know.
If only I actually had a lighter in my pocket, that would have been really good for dramatic effect, but it's in my little bag.
Next, we're gonna find out she likes venomous animals.
Not venomous, I just have a snake. God. People do keep venomous species of snake, though, and they're nuts.
Mm.
Not about doing that. Not quite that crazy. Yet. No, I'm not getting a venomous snake. That's a terrible idea. Don't do that. It's my fun little PSA to anyone watching / listening to this. Don't do that.
That
A
is
little
not
bit of
legal
playing
to have
with
a venom?
fire is okay, though. Depends where you are. And I know that some people do actually keep them to help produce antivenom, which is cool if you are, you know, like an actual herpetologist.
Does the
Mhm.
kind or the amount of venom matter in the legality?
I actually don't know, and I'm gonna guess it differs depending on region, because, like, you know, you get different venomous snakes in different regions, so don't know.
Because I'm curious, in like the desert regions, do people have scorpions as pets?
I know people do keep scorpions. I don't know much about, like, which kinds, because I know people keep tarantulas too.
Are tarantulas venomous?
Some of them, yes. Not all. Okay. Would you rather... I'm so great at this. Okay, but actually, would you rather know everything about the ocean or everything about space?
Like space as in like infinite space or just our galaxy? Or-
It's not really specified, it just says space. I mean, I kind of want to know.
I go outer
That's
space.
what I was gonna do because it's bigger. There's more to know.
And I feel like it's in some ways like more exotic. I mean, we can't really like reach it, or everyday people can. Of course, astronauts can go out there, but with the water, it's there, and we have the, you know, we can, if we, I guess, pay the money, go in a little submarine and go down, and we're learning so much about the water as it is.
You're right, but I'm also so interested in the fact that, like, we do know so little about the ocean, but, like, it's right there.
Right.
But, like, what
I'm
the hell
curious
what
about
the hell
those,
kind
like,
of weird shit is going on in the parts that we can't get to right now? That interests me,
Right.
but in the context of the question, yeah, I feel like knowing everything about space is like you're getting more bang for your buck, essentially. But God, do I want to know everything that's going on down there?
Yeah, I'm curious about those like giant kind of dinosaur-like fish that that sometimes surface um,
Oh yeah, didn't
down
like
there somewhere.
recently there was like a blue, like they found a blue whale bitten in half. That's
What does that mean,
concerning.
bitten in half?
Hmm?
What does that mean, bitten in half?
Like chomp.
Like the whole chomp was like it severed them.
Yeah.
Is there like a bite mark, or is it like in two pieces?
I think there was like oh god, what was it? Like some huge ass like almost half like completely through bite mark. Which, you know. Yikes. That's concerning.
What if a boat hit it?
I feel like they'd be able to tell if it was a boat versus teeth. But I don't know, I'm no scientist.
Oh, so they know it was teeth.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume so.
I see. Oh, because it was bitten.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is surprising how much we don't know about the oceans and
Yeah, like if something be down there taking chunks out of the biggest known species ever, I'm a little concerned. Just a tad.
I feel like logically it makes more sense that we as humans should try to discover as much as we can about the earth, the place we're living on, including the water, before wow, there's that word again. I'm just like including it
You're
in
throwing
every
it out
conversation.
everywhere. But yes,
But,
continue.
I think that makes more sense before we start exploring space. But
And yet,
personally, I'm more interested in space.
yeah, I feel like, I mean, again, you're getting more of your money's worth if you go with.
well, can't they do both at the same time? The same people aren't exploring both.
This is true. I think it just means you are granted knowledge
Oh,
of either one or the other.
I see.
going with space.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with space. As much as it pains me,
We're not
because
a good team.
again,
Who's
I
going
I
with
do
space
want to know
too?
what's
So we're
going
gonna know
on down
nothing about
there.
the oceans.
Yeah. Oh well.
Maybe someone in the comments, once this is posted, can let us know about their undersea adventures.
What comments? I think
And
we've
then we can
gotten
share
like
info.
3 comments ever.
where they hate comments.
No. Although again, we did get that one dislike on the Adam Driver video, which was absolutely hilarious to me.
Sometimes they have like those like bots that like before you even like publish the video, somehow they were able to like comment about how they love the video.
Whack.
That would happen on our videos that we had to post for last, like every time. It was like the same or I guess similar ones, but
That is not something I have encountered in recent memory, but I will keep an eye out for it now. This one I just sort of threw up there without thinking about it. Maddie, I know you're not a Pokemon person. Sasha.
I was when I was a kid.
Okay, cool. So you have opinions at the very least. Who is the best starter Pokemon?
Oh,
I'm gonna go with the original plus
I have to
Pikachu.
remember all their names. There's Charmander, Bulbasaur, Pikachu. What's the fourth one?
Squirtle.
Squirtle. Obviously not Squirtle if I can't even remember it.
Yeah, the answer is Bulbasaur.
why?
Because Bulbasaur's the best. He's an adorable little grass frog. Love him.
I did, in preparing for this question, I asked my friend Andrea, who loves Pokemon, what the best starter is and why. She has yet to respond, but I'll let you know what she says.
Okay, noted.
She's speaking for me on this.
Yeah, and also, Bulbasaur evolves into Venusaur, which can learn, like, Solar Beam, Hyper Beam, Frenzy Plant, and Earthquake. And Earthquake is, like, one-hit KO even at the Elite Four level. So, just putting that out there.
I'm trying to remember when I was a kid when I played it. who I chose, and I feel like I either chose Bulbasaur or Charmander.
Charmander's
And I'm more
overhyped.
inclined. Well, I'm more inclined to say that I would probably choose Charmander more because of the end result. I want Charizard.
I guess. Yeah, again, being
So
able
it's
to
more
use.
about that end result. I want to have Charizard. To get Charizard, I need.
I gotta say, of the middle evolutions of the starter Pokemon, Charmeleon is the worst. Period. Charmeleon is fugly.
But then you get Charizard.
This is true, but again, Venusaur. All about the one-hit KO moves if you're taking this to the Elite Four, and they have plenty. Also in Detective Pikachu, the CGI Bulbasaur is the cutest thing I have ever seen. So adorable, I want one. When will science bring us real Pokemon?
I was always
Please.
disappointed. I was always disappointed that Pikachu just had one evolution compared
No, it
to
doesn't.
the others who had two. But it did.
Well-
Was it just Raichu and that's it?
It depends on the generation that you're talking about, because
I'm
technically
thinking
right
about
now...
the very first one.
Oh, okay, so the very first one, maybe. I think there's just Raichu, but now there's Pichu,
Right.
Pikachu, Raichu.
Yeah, that didn't exist back in the day.
Yeah. I haven't actually played Pokemon Sword and Shield, because I heard it kind of sucked.
Yeah, when I played Pokemon, it was the original. What was it, 150 or 151?
Well, 151, and then technically 152 if you count Togepi, but that was brought in by the cartoon.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
I do
151.
have to say that I remember, maybe, I don't know, 5, 7 years ago, when I was flipping through some channels, Pokemon was on, and I was really curious. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm curious what's happening there. And I watched it, and I remember thinking, I can't believe I thought that this was actually good.
Oh, it's
when I
not.
watched it.
It's literally not. But I have rewatched the original Ash completes all the gyms to the Elite Four, and it's so corny, but it's delightful. I love just having it on and just chilling if I'm playing video games or whatever.
Yeah.
It's great. Again, so corny, so
But I just
cheesy.
don't remember
It's a great
it being
time.
so bad, so corny, cheesy when I was a kid. I thought it was the greatest thing ever, and then watching it as an adult is a very different experience.
I hate when that happens. The only experience with Pokemon I had, I did watch a little the show. I think it was the original. But hate when you rewatch a childhood show and you're like, oh man, this sucks.
You know what that doesn't
happen.
happen with? SpongeBob.
Well, I refuse to watch anything past season 5. Or...
Yeah, because after the movie, it sucks. But first 4 seasons plus the movie, impeccable. Immaculate. Love them. Still hilarious.
What happened after the movie?
I don't.
The original producer and writer left, and it just annoying. Because you rewatch it, and there are jokes that went over your head as a kid, but now it's just completely
Appreciate them.
pandering to 8-year-olds and 8-year-olds only.
No, I don't think it's because we're older now. I think if I was
No,
this
it
age,
genuinely isn't
came
good.
out, I still would have liked it. But,
Yeah.
I hold to the fact that it's not because I'm older. It's bad now.
Yeah, no, it genuinely is bad now. And people are always like, oh, it's because you're becoming Squidward. I'm like, no! No, it isn't!
And I don't like the reboots either. That they're doing that as well. That just hurts my soul.
Yeah, no, disgusting.
All spin-offs.
The only valid reinterpretation is the musical. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Okay. Oh, this one is kind of tangentially related because we're talking about undersea things. How would a shark smoke a cigarette? Through its mouth or its gills? Also, smoking is bad, don't do it. But if a shark were to smoke a cigarette, how would it do so?
are we talking about an alternate universe where this is like a thing sharks do versus, one of those environmental things where it happened to be stuck with a cigar?
Let's say it's in
Yeah, it's in
where
SpongeBob,
they can light a cigarette underwater. And
where
then
they have
can
underwater
fires
fire.
Right, because that makes sense. I feel like if it's something like that, like the SpongeBob thing, then I'd say through the mouth.
I feel like that's what they'd want you to think.
That's what the man wants you to think.
I almost said logically it'd have to be through the gills, but then I thought well, they're underwater, so this is illogical.
That's what I was thinking also.
But but I mean, here's the suspending disbelief if this could happen. I do feel like it would have to be through the gills because that's how they breathe. I don't know. I mean, obviously I don't know. This is ridiculous, but again, that's what we're here for. Yeah, I'm gonna say gills.
I would say maybe either one. It's like a preference thing.
Interesting. Oh no. You know what universe this is taking place in? The BoJack Horseman universe, because that makes the most sense to me.
I guess I'll say gills, because I know that's how they breathe. And I'm just gonna disregard the fact that you can't smoke underwater.
Yeah, disregard that.
That's what I'm going with.
I dig it.
You're also assuming that their cigarettes would be the same as ours.
So what do you think a cigarette would look like for a shark?
Different kind of cigarette. I have no idea. But I would assume that it would not be the same as our cigarette, that they would have their own for underwater. And that works underwater. Maybe you don't have to light it. Maybe there's something else that has to happen.
Maybe
Makes
that's
sense.
Something we can invent. We have a lot of inventions on this show. Like, we think of a lot of
some reasonable, some not so reasonable.
Underwater cigarettes.
It does not harm the environment, though. Add that to the requirements.
Okay, I like that. Although this is all under the assumption that sharks have created a society to the point where mild recreational drug use is a thing.
You mean they haven't created such a society?
Well, I mean, not that I know of, but again, we don't know what's going on down in the ocean, really. So, I mean, they could have for all we know. And the ones that
having house parties.
Yeah, and the ones that actually pop up on the beaches and stuff are just weirdos that nobody talks to.
That's why we need to discover more about the ocean as opposed to space to find the underwater.
To find the shark society.
Sharks.
They got that seaweed. Hey. I'm hilarious.
I hate that.
Supposedly there's a theory that if octopuses or cephalopods had a longer lifespan, they probably would have evolved societies by now because they're extremely intelligent.
How long do they live?
Good question. Apparently not long enough to figure out societies. Yeah, I don't know. That's on the list of things that random claims that I make during this podcast that I actually have to link back to so people know that I'm not just making up random things. Because I read weird things online all day and then I come and do this and they all just sort of jumble together and then come back out into conversation. So yeah.
So when they ask, what keeps you up at 3 a.m.?
Well, besides all my failures, yeah. Octopus Society.
So next time Vice President Harris asks, what keeps you up at 3 in the morning? You can respond or give her a call and be like, you know what? Octopuses. They keep me up at 3 in the morning.
Yeah. Another thing for us to contemplate. What's the best kind of pasta? Taking a hard left turn, but that's okay.
Now, when you talk about best kind of pasta, like, is lasagna included in that? Is that pasta?
I mean, it is technically a noodle. It involves them.
Or are you thinking more like, like whatever, the macaroni or...
I mean, we can start with superior noodle shape and then try to get more specific if we still feel like it after that. So let's go with that. Superior noodle shape.
Bow ties.
I was just gonna say that bow ties suck.
Really? I love the bow tie ones.
Oh my god, Maddie, we agreed! On a food thing! That never happens!
I guess I associate bow ties with, like, that cold pasta salad. I hate that. Like,
I just feel like they never cook right. Like, the center is, like, always kind of, like, al dente, and then the sides are, like, normal, and I'm like, I don't know, man. Don't really want that. I'm a big fan
I don't like the cold one either.
of, like, the spirals.
Those are good.
Those are pretty solid.
That rotini? I don't know the
Ooh,
names.
yes.
I think so, yeah.
That's exactly what it is. I feel like elbow pasta, is a little bit overrated.
Are those the ones that kind of look like...
Yeah, just the little macaroni noodles.
Oh.
They have their place, but they are used in too many things. We need to be branching out with our pasta shapes, people.
Does anybody ever make, like, mac and cheese with a different kind, or is it always that elbow one?
There's the shells, like the Annie's mac and cheese is always shells.
Oh, I love the shells, too.
That is the best mac and cheese, by the way. The Annie's shells, that is the best box mac and cheese there is. And every time I hang out with Brooks, we make dino nuggets with Annie's shells and also drink wine with it. Because we're children.
I'm gonna say the shells are my favorite. I love when they go inside each other and get like 2 or 3.
You get the super shell. Also, I feel like, especially if you're making mac and cheese, the shell is like a little pocket for the cheese sauce. And like that's exactly what you want.
The shell of pasta is like the waffle of like breakfast. It's better than a pancake because it cradles the syrup just like the shells cradle the sauce/cheese.
I do like waffles.
I've heard waffles referred to as a more polite pancake that has like neat little compartments for all your things.
It's an organized pancake.
Yeah, it's an organized pancake.
You can put a different flavor of sauce in every compartment.
I like a different topping in each one. I feel like that's something you would have seen.
Waffle.
That's an extremely chaotic waffle, and I'm surprised that I haven't seen that like specific occurrence in one of the breakfast buffets at Geneseo. Like just some hungover frat boy with like whipped cream in one square and a bunch of other things in all the other squares at the make your own waffle station. I'm surprised that's something I did not see.
Add that to your list of inventions.
I'm gonna make it the chaotic waffle.
I want photographic evidence when you do.
Okay. I'll get started.
I just thought of a really funny joke that no one's gonna get because it has to do with the Magnus Archives and things being chaotic. The waffle, the avatar of the spiral. Ignore me. It doesn't matter.
You're gonna share the joke?
The waffle is an avatar of the spiral. That's the joke.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The spiral is an entity of chaos in the Magnus Archives universe.
And the waffle?
The chaotic waffle, avatar of the spiral. representative. Yeah. That's another thing on the
I'm sure someone out there gets it.
Another thing I'm gonna put on our bingo card is me either referencing the Magnus Archives or just like doing free advertising for somebody that does not need it, just because it's something that I really like.
I think you had some product placement there.
Oh yeah, my mag hoodie.
Not just that. Were you drinking Starbucks?
No, it's just one of the
like
golf
the green.
themed cups that we have at my
I
house
saw green, and Starbucks.
with my nice bamboo straw that I'm getting lipstick all over. But
I
you know,
need to
that's his
ask
life.
either one or both of you this. Speaking of product placement, what is that video we watched in class? It was like one of the ones before class started. It was a Russian song, and it was about the laundry detergent.
German.
I've been that's why I couldn't find it. I've been looking for this video for like 5 months, but I refused to ask for help.
I love that for
Do
you.
you know the name of it? I was trying to.
I will. Yeah, actually, let me pull it up real quick. I don't remember at the top of my head, but I have it. Easy access. No wonder you couldn't find it if you kept looking Russian song with his laundry
Yeah, like
detergent.
Russian product placement and like.
That's so
detergent.
funny.
Oh man.
Let's see. Can I type in here? How does this work? No. Well,
I don't know if you can in a group call.
I don't see anything for like a text or a chat thing, because it's in German, and my German is not very well at all. So I don't want to like butcher this pronunciation.
You speak German at all?
But I have the video right in front of me. No.
Oh, okay. I was like, that's a lot of languages, bud.
Yeah. The group, I'm gonna give this a try again. I'm not sure how to pronounce this one, but the group is Alligatoa.
Interesting.
Alligatoah.
Interesting.
Okay.
I can share the whole song with you afterwards.
Oh, thank you.
Love to see
That's
it.
what keeps me up at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Find it.
What the hell's this song?
I remember it being a great song, and I would write down some of them in class, but
Oh yeah, there were
I
some
found that one.
bops on that map thing you made.
You still do that, by the way?
Some
Yeah,
absolute
the map is
bangers.
there. Yeah, I worked hard on that map, especially filling in every single country. I think I'm only missing like, I don't know, 2 or 3, excluding all the islands in the Pacific. I'm missing
Mhm.
like maybe 2 or 3 countries.
That's extremely impressive. But yeah, no, I would always like whenever I would see people in class just like not paying attention or like not interested at all. I'm like, dude, these are bangers. What are you doing?
It's just a fun thing at the start. They don't need to pay attention.
I was a fan. I also distinctly remember one time when I was not a student but TA. I had to run to like you told me to run back to your office and go grab something while one of the songs was playing, and like I like came back and you were standing up at the front of the class, and I like came back to give it up to you, and like all the lights are off, everyone's staring at screen, and you're staring at screen, and you're tall enough that like I can be completely like outside of your field of vision if I want to be, and I just came back and like looked up and I was like, here you go, and you looked down and you were like, Jesus. Like while the song's going on in the background.
We were all mesmerized by whatever this song was.
And every now and again I just randomly remember that. I'm like, wow, that was funny. Fun times.
I love music, especially from all over the world. I'm gonna be changing up some of the songs. It's becoming some of them are becoming a little bit outdated, and I'm being exposed to some new music for 2021
Mm-hmm.
pieces. So
One of my friends who
there as well.
lives in Russia just sent me like a really long playlist of a bunch of Russian songs that I should listen to, and I'm very excited. I'll let you know if there are any really good ones.
Sound good. I
But
love
yeah.
Russian music.
Yeah, really, again, bangers. Just listen to music that isn't in your native language. It's really fun. 10 out of 10 would recommend. It's my announcement to our audience of, I don't know, maybe like 15 people. Shout out to that one dude from Belgium. There's some person, like I look at our analytics, there's some, like one person in Belgium who's like, watched like almost every single episode of this podcast, which I think is just absolutely hilarious. I'm like, thanks, bruh.
That's awesome. Hello to Belgium.
Right? And God, what other places that I like didn't expect to see on the feed? There was like the Philippines, India, maybe Japan. Very interesting. Kind of cool to see. But we have gone over the hour mark. So I think that's gonna be where we call it for this week. And does anyone have any closing statements they would like to make? Personal projects they would like to promote? PSAs?
Nothing to promote, but this was fun, so thank you.
No problem.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
You are welcome back anytime, particularly if you come up with any cool, fun questions. We're always looking for those. And
Let's see what keeps me up at night.
yeah, right? Like, just when you're lying there at 3 a.m., just be like, oh man, talk about this.
Just go through your Google search history. Sometimes I do that like the next morning if I go on like a Wikipedia vendor. Just to,
Yeah. I like a good Wikipedia clickhole.
You know who was the original Google?
Whomst, I have no idea.
Plato.
Mm.
Wait, are we talking about like the philosopher?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, the toy.
I don't know. Do I look like I have ever known what's going on?
I don't remember which one was first.
You would ask me things that were like very clearly my responsibility. You'd be like, "Oh, what's going on with this thing in the studio?" And I would just go, "Do I look like I know?" It's my like default response to everything, and it's not a joke. I never have any idea what's going on.
It's been fun in the studio. You both, well, you can't now, but at some point when it's possible, you should come visit to the studio. We're doing a news. Remember, Maddie, the news program you?
Oh, yeah.
That's happening in 2 weeks.
Oh boy.
Oh, good luck to them.
Yeah. Fun times.
I do have to say, Maddie, you single-handedly saved your live program at the end of the semester.
Snaps.
I remember.
That was. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say that was. I was one of those moments when I was thinking, when everything was going downhill, I was thinking, you know what? I'm really glad that Maddie is the host, because when I said just to wing this, you were able to do it.
I was so nervous for that. I didn't know what to do, so.
Oh my god, I remember you were just straight up like, can't see it. And I was like, damn, nice.
Yeah, I was the worst person to be reading the teleprompter.
That was absolutely hilarious to me.
Like, I can't see the words.
But like, you knew it was not your fault and therefore not your problem, so you were just like, can't see it. I did what I was supposed to. I was like, and I'm like, and of course I'm like simultaneously dying of secondhand embarrassment, but then also just being like, nice.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I remember all the panic, and I'm thinking, you know what? Things, it's fine. Just wing it. Oh, you made it through. You saved the show.
As always. Alright, so, we will be back next week, barring any other random things that come up and throw us off of our schedule again. Hopefully not, fingers crossed. And I know I keep saying this at the end of every episode, but we are trying to get a date pinned down for that stream that we had to postpone, so keep an eye out for that. And any other fun future plans we can think of, podcast-wise?
See you next week.
Yeah, see you next
I don't
week.
have anything.
Yeah, So,
Thank you.
bye all. This week's episode of the Fighting with Friends podcast was hosted by Bridget Kelly and Maddie Robbins, featuring special guest Sasha Allgaier. You can find other episodes of the podcast on Acast, Deezer, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Spotify, and YouTube. Follow us on Twitter at BridgetKelly98 and at MR5MAR. Rate and review us on your podcatcher of choice. Like, comment, and subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Twitch and join our Discord community using the links in the description. You can also help support us via the Acast supporter feature. Thanks for listening!